Hi, this is Justice with Tablet Pro, and I'm going to do a review on the Vaio Z Flip. When I was first asked to do a review by Vaio, I was extremely excited. Being able to test out this machine was really a big deal to me for a number of different reasons. I'm not sure if this is fully visible in the shot, but the screen is absolutely beautiful. Here, if I bring it over like this, you guys can see it's extremely attractive lines. If this were a car, it would be definitely a very high-end car. It makes me think of like a really nice Acura, or yes, I said Acura for really nice car, or a really nice Lexus or BMW. Just very, very clean, very well made, really beautiful. All right, so there's a little lip right here that help you open the screen. The trackpad down here has got a nice grippy finish on it. It really makes it feels good to touch. The keys, which I'll hold this up here, you can see they have a fingerprint proof coating on them. And I know there are some complaints on the travel of the keys. I think the keyboard actually feels great. No complaints from me. There's not a lot of travel, but it really is nice and easy to use. All right, so the screen, this is my password, everyone. There you go. And I have Clip Studio Paint open. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and convert it. So there's a little switch right down here, and you pull this to the left, and then the screen pulls back, tilts, and let me show that to you a little bit more. So here, if you were to pull it out, like this, and right here, there's the little lever. This part lifts, and this just swings back and forth. It feels like it's just balanced right here, and I actually use the tablet quite often like this, which it kind of works the same way as the kickstand on the Surface Pro 4. You can see the angle. You can just obviously pull it wherever you want. And then when I do it, I just stick my hand here in the groove in between, and then you guys obviously know I use Tablet Pro. And so then I can reach all these hotkeys really easily with this hand, work at the angle that I'm comfortable with. And the nice thing is when it's on my lap, I'm not resting the kickstand like on a Surface Pro 4. I'm not resting the kickstand on my leg, which is kind of uncomfortable, doesn't feel quite as stable. This lifts easily, but this material right here, you can tell this is not scratching. I think that the quality of the materials is such that the screen, when it's resting against the keyboard, it's just this metal is just so much harder than the back of this screen. And the screen, and this is very good quality. Everything feels extremely nice. But there's the conversion process for you. Ports, all of you probably, if you're watching this, know semi-familiar with the ports. There's the HDMI, and there is the headphone jack, and then a full-size SD card slot. And over here, there is two USB 3 ports. I kind of wish that there was a port for USB-C. I think that'd be nice. One of these ports is a charge while the laptop is asleep or off, I think. And then over here is the power button. It feels very nice and firm. And then back here, let's see if I can get the light on this. Up here, there's a volume rocker. So down and up, which really is only practical when the laptop is closed, and otherwise you're going to use the buttons. Okay, so here is the laptop. It's beautiful. As far as specs and speed go, it's considerably faster than a Surface Pro 4. It is not faster for gaming than a Surface Book. The Surface Book's NVIDIA GPU is more powerful. I would say that for gaming, this rests squarely in the middle of Surface Pro 4 i7 16 gigs of RAM and the Surface Book i7. Obviously, the specs are relatively the same, 16 gigs of RAM or 8 gigs of RAM. I think with the NVIDIA card, it's going to be pretty similar. All right, so for those of you who are looking for a device for artists, honestly, I think this is considerably better than the Surface Pro 4, and I'm going to tell you why. Number one, it is faster. This has a 28-watt chip, Skylake, so it's the latest generation. It is also, 28-watt chip is the same chip that is in the Surface Book, or I'm sorry, the MacBook Pro. So it's a very, very powerful machine. And in benchmarks that were not GPU related, this thing was moving faster than the i7 Surface Book. As far as the screen is 1024 levels of pressure sensitivity. It is a different digitizer. It uses a different pen than the Surface Book and the Surface Pro 4. It is not just straight N-trig. This is the pen here. You can see the buttons. It's got this really nice grippy thing that you can take on or off. And both buttons are down here. And they're very easy to press. The tip I thought was going to be really glassy. I had heard that the screen was just like glass. I mean, the screen is glass, but I mean that it felt really slick. Actually, the amount of grip on the pen is good. It's more than a Surface Pro 2, more than a Surface Pro 3, not quite as grippy as the Surface Pro 4, at least the standard tip for it. I have no complaints actually on the grip, and I bought a Surface Pro 4 pen, a black one, obviously, because that looks better. And I tested it with this. I was confident it was going to be exactly the same tech. It's not. They are not interchangeable pens. And maybe hopefully they will at some point. I did hear also that they have some different tips for this, so if someone knows the answer to that and they can find that out, that would be great. I would love to have the option of testing a second level of friction for the tip. Okay, so you can see obviously I have a lot of games that I tested. For those of you who game, just kind of a general idea, Tomb Raider ran at 1380 by 768, I think that's the right number, at ultra, not ultimate settings, at roughly 30 frames a second. At hard, or not hard, at high settings, it ran at pretty consistent 40 frames a second at high settings. It looked nice, played nice and smooth. Again, better than a Surface Pro 4, not quite as good as a Surface Book for drawing. All right, now I'm going to show you why this is better for artists. Number one, it is faster as far as monitoring the tip. Now I'm doing this upside down for you guys, but all right, let's switch tools here. Okay. And it's really, really fast. Now if, let's see, okay. We use a bigger brush, you can see it's still really responsive and really, really quick. I'm not sure, this is Clip Studio, which I'm less familiar with than I am with Photoshop, and the brushes in Photoshop handle faster than they did for me than on the Surface Book. So for me, that's a very, very easy win for the Vaio Z Flip. Definitely my preference. The second reason why I would consider this one, oh, by the way, this is a button. I thought it was a touch button, so I was lightly touching it and nothing was happening. It is actually a physical button. Okay, this is really, really cool right here. So this bar, you can probably see right here, that going back and forth, that is adjustable. Let's see if I can do this upside down. Okay, there we go. And most of you are probably wondering what this is, I will tell you. Okay, this, for artists, you are going to love this. This is a touch blocker. They call it a pencil board. So what that means is if you're drawing and you absolutely do not want anything on this side of the screen to be touched, there you go, just like magic. Turn the transparency down. Now I wish that Vaio would give an option for complete transparency. There still is a very light layer in between. And then you can toggle this on and off very easily if you need it. This little bar is pretty easy to keep out of the way. I wouldn't mind if this was also just a little smaller, but it's fine. I've never seen this in any other laptop before or tablet before, and I gotta tell you, it works absolutely perfectly. I love it. That in itself is a reason to buy this over any other tablet on the market for artists. All right, so we're gonna turn that off, and I'm gonna show you something else that's really cool. Okay, Clip Studio, or not Clip Studio, Vaio had a great idea, absolutely fantastic idea for artists. And it is called Shortcut Key. Now this, for users of Tablet Pro, is going to look pretty familiar. There are buttons over here docked to the side of the screen. How novel. And I actually love it. This makes me really happy to see this because it just kind of validates what all of you already know and believe, is that this is a valuable tool. Right here you can switch your tip hardness or your pen mode to soft, normal, and hard. You can also do something which is native to, I haven't seen this on anything else, but there's a fan mode. This is silence, and this is performance. So you can switch in between what you want, and this tablet is the quietest, the absolute quietest tablet that I've ever had. In the silence mode, it's kind of like an electric car. You're gonna be amazed that it is on and running and doing a whole lot of different things. Now, granted, if you're playing games or you're doing something graphic intensive, turn this on. When this is turned on, sometimes the fan does kick on, and it's very quiet when it does. When it's in performance mode and the fan kicks on, it is louder than most fans that you will have heard on a tablet, and that's because it is a almost twice as powerful chip as in the Surface Book and the Surface Pro 4. And honestly, every other tablet on the market, there's not another tablet that uses a 28-watt chip. For those of you who are paying close attention or know your stuff, the Vaio Z Canvas is a Sandy Hook? Not Sandy Hook. It's the other, this is the last generation chip. Conspiracy theories. Okay, so those are some of the things that you can do. You can change where this shortcut key bar is, and you can change what those shortcut keys are. And this is really cool. I like the way they did this. This is actually pretty simple. They did a nice job with it. You can go back and forth in between these. If you want to add a third one or more, you can go back and forth this way. And it has some presets. I believe that you can have this so that it changes to the program, so it changes with the program that's open, which is a feature that we're wanting to add to Tablet Pro as we get further along. There are some limitations to this. One of the limitations is there are no sliders or frames for moving the cursor. There are certain keys that are not available as well. I like the size of the bar for really simple things. Let's turn this back on. For simple things, this is great if you only need like 3 or 4 keys. This does work, and this is amazing to me. This does work when the pen tip is down. So that is huge. That is a really big, again, another really big win, clear win for Vaio on the battle for best artist tool. Let's see, what else do you guys want to know? Control center It has a variety of different options here. One of the things that I haven't seen before is and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find this, you can check to see what things are using the most battery, and this is not in this menu. What things are using the most battery, or draining the most battery in your programs. That might be a new Windows 10 feature. I'm not entirely sure, but that was the first time I've seen it is on the Vaio, so if someone knows and they can comment in the comment section, that would be great. Alright, you guys, this is my professional, very well-informed opinion that the Vaio Z Flip is by far the best tablet for artists. And probably another huge thing, one of the reasons I returned my Surface Book is when you're using a program that uses a GPU, like Photoshop should and does, and some of the other programs that I use, if I wanted to switch to tablet mode, it took me far too long. It took so many different button pushes and presses and shutting down programs and reopening different files and stuff like that. This one, to go back to the mode here, is very, very simple. Obviously you can see that takes, why don't we test this real quick? And let's see, it took that long. Really, for me, it's so much better than what I was experiencing. It took so long with the Surface Book that there was many times where I just opted out of switching in tablet mode because it was such a pain in the butt. So ask questions that you guys have, and I will comment as best as I can. The pen has no eraser on the end. You just press this button right here and erase like that. Alright, so if you guys have questions, leave some comments, and thank you guys for watching. Take care.